Today I'm gonna show you how to make a really cool effect. It's a fade out effect. We will use it to make something that looks like the stars at night. It's a trick. Let me show you in a program how we can do this. So this is our empty program. There's a setup, size, black background. It's not doing anything else for now. And I will randomly draw some dots on the screen. So I will use ellipse for that, ellipse, and a random position on the screen, random between 0 and the width, random height. This is exactly the same as writing 0, width. It's a number between 0 and the width of the screen. And now we need the size of these circles. Maybe 4 and 4, so they are small. Let's see what we have right now. Okay, so we're drawing some white dots. I see they have a stroke, they have a border, so it's hard to see. We will see it if I make it gray. You can see they have a border. So I don't want them to have a border. So I will add a no stroke here. Now they should be just the white dots. But if you wait enough, the whole screen is going to turn white. And that's not the effect I want. If I add here a background function call, it erases everything I have drawn before. So the only thing I will see is just one dot at a time. You can see here, it looks like there's several because it's going quite fast, but there's only one dot at the screen at one given time. What if I could make the screen black, but not completely black? Let me show you this on a drawing here. Imagine this is our screen. And in the past, we have done some animations where we draw a line that is moving slowly to the right. This is X, this is Y. And I move this line slowly to the right. So what I did before was totally erase the screen and then draw another line to the right and another line to the right. What if I could erase this line and then I draw another line here? But you see it's not perfectly erased. And now again I erase the whole screen and I draw another line here. And I keep doing this. And I erase the screen. You can see still the old lines, not much. And eventually they will disappear if I keep erasing. So you can hardly see it anymore. But then the line will not disappear at once. It will fade out. And that's what the effect I want to achieve now. So I will remove this background call and I will draw a rectangle instead on top. A rectangle that covers the whole screen. Goes from 0, 0, and it has the width and height of the screen. So now I will cover the whole screen with black. So I have to make it with fill 0. I'm saying use black color, and then I draw a rectangle. Then I should add a fill 255 if I want my ellipse to be white. So you remember, you first set the color, then you draw something, then you set the color again, then you draw something. So right now this will make exactly the same effect as before, because we are drawing this rectangle with black, full black. But it's possible to use something called opacity. Let's see here on the reference about fill, and here it is, fill function. And you see here there's tons of options. All these are different ways of calling fill. We have used this one where we call sending 3 values, red, green, and blue, or using just one value, which is the gray color. But it is possible to use a thing here, which is alpha. Alpha, as it mentions here, is the opacity of the fill. So by default, the opacity, which is the second value, is 255. It's full opacity. The paint is completely black. But imagine some sunglasses. Sunglasses can be black, or a tinted window in a car, but you still see through. So if you lower this number, instead of 255, I'm setting an opacity of 10. I'm doing what I was doing here. I'm now drawing a rectangle on top, but without full opacity. So you always leave something. It's not a very good black paint. So now if I run this program, you can see this nice effect where the stars fade out slowly. They don't disappear at once. You can try this with different settings. You could make the circles larger. For example, if I make them 20 times 20 pixels, and you can see how these are fading out. Actually, most of the, or on every program where we have created until now that was an animation, that we were all the time at the beginning of draw making a background and some color. Sometimes it was black, sometimes it was white. We did this before. You could replace this call to background 0, for example, with this way of setting a black color with small or not large opacity, and then drawing a rectangle on top. See the difference? This is just jumping really quick. And now if I switch the comments and I activate these two lines, see the difference? And you can experiment with different sizes, and this value I'm using here of 10 for the opacity is just a random value, but I found out that this turns to be good. If this value is higher, for example like 100, then the things will disappear much faster. This means the paint is better. It will make things blacker quick. You saw if it was 255, it's immediate. If it's 100, let's see the effect. It's quite quick, still a small delay compared to 255. If you try 50, and I think this is a really beautiful effect. Looks like some light bugs at night. And if you set it too low, like 3, then things erase really slowly, but there is a kind of side effect that things don't get erased completely. They will stay like gray on the background, so it's not so good. Well, the value between 10 and 50, I think it's nice, depends on how fast you want things to disappear. So you can try out this effect. It's just these two lines, replacing the line that erases the whole screen. Wherever you had this background 0, you could now replace it with a field 0. 0 is the color, 50 is the opacity, and then you draw a rectangle on top of the screen. And you can see then any of those moving lines or objects we have done in the past, see how they look now.